warning Trump in a private meeting isn't going to do shit.
So we're now learning of a private meeting held earlier this week between Trump and CEOs of companies including Walmart, Target, and Home Depot, in which the executives warned Trump that his tariffs would disrupt supply chains and lead to empty shelves in the coming weeks. The CEOs told Trump that prices were about to skyrocket and shelves would start looking empty within just weeks. The companies have publicly warned Trump before that his tariffs would cause problems, but this private meeting was a major escalation to show Trump how serious they are about the effects of his policies. Apparently, the meeting instilled fear in Trump, which resulted in his shifting language regarding tariffs over the past few days, which is now only causing more confusion. We're going to continue to follow what's going on here and so much more. So make sure you're following our account and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He has absolutely no idea what he's doing. His MO in business for decades was bully people into doing what you want them to do. You're not going to get the contract. You're not going to be on the show. I'm going to talk negatively about you. Bully people into doing what you want them to do. That's how he did business. And he failed at business. Tom, how could you say he failed at business? Because the motherfucker bankrupted everything. He bankrupted an airline, an ice company, a vodka company, a school, multiple casinos. He failed at business. But that's how he conducted business. Bully people into doing what you want him to do. And then he got to the governmental level and he's learning he can't do that. You can't just bully people into doing what you want them to do. And you can't bully the economy into working the way you want it to work. However, these CEOs need to understand that telling him this shit behind closed doors isn't going to do anything. You guys need to be front and center. You guys need to be ringing the alarm bell. You guys need to be out in front of the public explaining what's going on in precise, detailed messages that is broken down so that the average American can understand it. Why are they paying more? Why are the shelves going to be empty? Why is all of this happening? And how can we stop/reverse this from happening? In concise, detailed explanations to the American public as a whole. Sitting behind closed doors with Trump going, listen, man, you're fucking things up, doesn't do anything. And you guys need to be ready to take on the wrath of Trump. You need to. You need to be able to say, he's going to come back at us. He's going to bark at us. Sorry for the little hiccup there. I was getting a text message from my daughter who needed my help getting her through some FAFSA stuff. Anyway, you need to be able to take on the wrath of Trump. You need to be able to stand up to Trump in the eyes of the public and tell the American people the truth. You'll have the American people on your side if you do. If you continue to stay silent and kowtow to him, you won't. And he'll be able to push you around for the next 4 years.